Hi, folks, and welcome back to our channel, The Second Look. I'm here again, me, Martin, with my best friend Norbert on the other side.
Hi, folks. Hello
And
again.
hi, and today I brought you hopefully some special tips. I am calling this session. Oh, before I start, welcome to all of our new subscribers here on this channel and on our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group with a similar name. You will find us by a logo, and we share our photos there. Here on the YouTube channel, we are doing a little bit more on tips, and on the Facebook, we are presenting our photos to a larger audience. So, and this special tip here is about, I call it color fun with mobile phone. So for all of you lifestyle or ongoing lifestyle photographers that you are out there, you don't own SLR camera, you don't own a system camera, you're still out with your phone. Don't worry, don't despair. Even if the phone is limited, you have a lot of things to do that you can do with the phone and some things that you can't. So let's get right into it. I share my screen and we hop over to Lumina Neo and I move Norbert and me on the other side. Zip. So the images, the photos that I'm showing you today, they are all done with my mobile phone, and even not with my actual mobile phone. It's been done with an older Huawei P40, and the Huawei P40 was a little bit on top of the line of Huawei, but still the camera of the Huawei P40 is substandard. It's not that good. It's good maybe for landscape, but not good for macro and not good for a lot of other things. The one thing that I want to show you today is you are usually limited with your phone. So what can you change on the mobile phone, or what can't you change? You can't usually change the aperture. The aperture is fixed. All of the aperture values, they are done by software. Um, so there are a few phones out there or have been out there. They had a mechanical aperture, very limited, but they had a mechanical one, some Samsung S10 or something like that that I remember, and one other, but very, very few. Usually your phone and even your iPhone users out there, you will have an aperture that is just calculated. Also, of course, it's a fixed focus, or not a fixed focus, a fixed length for the lens, so you don't have a tele. Even if there are adapters outside, but most of the time even the adapters are fixed, so they are not tele zoom, but fixed. And you can, of course, do a lot of things with adapters. They come in various sizes and in various prices. I have not tried some of them out. I'm usually sticking to my phone as it is. And so you are limited to the ISO value. And of course, disclaimer, everything is in software. So in comparison to an old phone, to an old camera with really photo film, we are talking about this in general. So you can uh, work with ISO, you can work with the shutter speed, and what most people forget or don't know, you can work with the white balance. So, and this is what I brought you today. I have brought you some sunset images from Mauritius 2 years ago. I made those on 2 different days, and I made them with variations in white balance. So the first one I shot on 29th of April 2023. And though these are those, whoops, city. So those four.
So
And they
Martin,
are
sorry for
also,
interrupting you, but this is really, really a nice capture. So for me, it feels like vacation.
yeah, thanks
Looking
a
at this,
lot.
looking at this picture, yeah,
It
I
was
can imagine.
workation. So I had to work, but Of course, being able to work on Mauritius is quite its own
That's what I
feat.
call home
So
office, huh?
yeah, I can
Where-
only suggest it. I can really, really suggest it. It's very humid, but it's very, very, very nice. A very nice place on Earth. So this was the first image when I got to the beach. It was always same golden hour. You see, it's 18:10 in the right corner up here. And so golden hour is mostly from a little bit before 6 to half past 6. And this was the first image, or one of the first images when I came to the beach with the phone. So I have been longer there because the sun is already almost set. And this is more or less just a similar shot. And I cranked up here a little bit the white balance to the warmer scale of the Kelvin scale. So and I did not make this up. Warmer on Kelvin is colder in color, right? Warmer on Kelvin is colder in color. But the image has to balance it out. So usually, if you're doing warmer on Kelvin, colder in color, but this is just the calibration. So the photo has to reflect, in my opinion, warmer colors. They tend to be more reddish if you crank it up on the warmer on Kelvin. And you can, so the first three are they are all the same. Unfortunately, I can't remember what I did at that time. I did not note down what I had. I just know they are different. So the first one is more or less the original one. Also the second, but even with the second one, since it's a different crop of the screen, since it's a different zoom, with the digital zoom of the mobile phone, it gets a much more bluish color than the first one. In the third one, I cranked it up a little bit. On my phone, it's to the right, it's the warmer, and you see it's a little bit red, more red in the image. And here is it's a little bit later. You see it's 15, 16 minutes later. It's 18:16 already, 18:17. So the comparison would not be fair. But you already see some stars over here, and it's still a little more bluish. And but then I got really bonkers, and this is also already at 18:19, and I cranked it up even more on the Kelvin to warmer. And so actually the color calibration is cooler, but it has to reflect on red. And that's very, very easy with the mobile phone. You can really get out two to three entirely different images of the same scenery just by tweaking the white balance. I think that would be much harder to do on the SLR because the white
I
balance
have one,
might
one
be.
question. When you're doing these changes on the white balance, you have to leave the auto modus, right? Even with the mobile. You
Yes,
can do
you,
that.
you have
You
to you
you need
have
to go to
you have to
manual
go to pro
adjustments and
mode. Yes.
promote. Okay. Okay.
And this varies, of course, from a little bit from software to software. So I'm talking about Huawei stuff. So usually the camera software, at least on Android. So sorry, Android fan here. They are working quite similar. They all have the auto mode and they have the pro mode, and it differs just that you can really adjust all values on your own. And of course, then you can have much more highlights or more shadows. But I'm just talking about the white balance here. Yes, you have to go to pro mode. And doing this, I think this is very, very easy with the phone because you're standing there, you're holding your camera, and then you just with your thumb. And I think kids and younger ones are even quicker than I am with this stuff. And then you can easily get this. So this is this, and then I did some other stuff on 6th of May, and I have here two shots or 4 images, but every time 2 shots. So this is the first one. And this is pretty much the same like this one, also pretty much the same time. It's 3 minutes apart, but they do and have an entirely different white balance calibration. And so here is a little bit more real colors. So they're more yellow, orange, reddish. And here again, I cranked up the scale a little bit to the right, and it has to reflect on much more reddish colors, more pink and purple color in the sky. And this is really only done, takes you a few seconds, and then you have 2 or 3 different images. And this can go on and on and on. So again, 3 minutes later, this is more or less the real sky, how the camera it perceives it. And this is again a little bit more to the right, a little bit higher up on the Kelvin scale, a little bit warmer color temperature, and it has to reflect in more purple and pinkish colors than this one. And I think both are valid as a photography. They're, of course, sort of creative photography, but I think they worked out quite nicely for the mobile phone. I have then again I was, how do I call it? Well, it is just some old stair. And also, this is a little bit cranked up because the background you can see here, it's a little bit beige. So maybe this color is the most real one, but it here is already greenish somehow. I like it how I see it. So the wood here in front, it's a wood rail on a stair going up to the right. And this is pretty much as how my eye also perceived it. It's a little bit it's not painted
Yeah,
anymore.
the structure is very nice. So I like that
Yep.
as well.
And it's also really sharp in comparison
Yeah.
for mobile phone. And but we're talking mostly about color here. And again, I have a second one here, and it has a much warmer look. So again, warm on the Kelvin, actually colder on colors, but it looks much more warmer than this one. This looks, and I like both. I like both the same. And this looks a little bit blurrish here, but the focus is still good. If you go down on the wood, you can see almost every from this branch here, from this cut-off branch, you can see a lot of the rings. So it's still sharp. And so that's you see, you can do a lot of things with if you play around with
Yeah, and
ISO,
it's
with
really interesting. It's a very easy tool to use, and you can uh, do a lot of improvements and bring the composition the right, let's say, color. Yeah, if you
yeah.
want to say it like that.
Hmm.
It's a really, really nice tool. I've never tried it before. I'm serious. Yeah? So
Yeah, I came
that's
across it 2 years ago when I was in Mauritius, and I thought, well, I just have to try this out. And per incident, I just moved it so far to the right that it was reddish then, and I said, "Wow, this is crazy! How long
yeah.
would it have taken me on my SLR to try this out?" And on the phone, it's just a few taps and slides to the left or the
Yeah.
right, and you get a totally different look and feel. That
And
said,
yeah, you told us it was a very not a very, but it was an old one. And if you compare it with the new stuff you can purchase
yeah,
these
the
days.
last one, this one is already
No,
done. Is
it's
done
the
with the
S23. Okay, yeah,
Galaxy. Yes,
that's yeah, yeah.
which has a very really good camera. Also according to DxO, which is a comparison platform. Uh, I'm not sure if they are dying out. I haven't seen new lenses there for a long time, but whatever. So this is done with the new one, but a lot of the sunsets were all done with the Huawei, with the older one. What a mobile phone, and this is the second part of this video, what the mobile phone can't do is if you have a lot of range to cover with your landscape shot,
Yeah.
meaning this tree is quite close to me. So this is maybe 5 meters or not even 5 meters,
Oh,
3 meters. Yeah, okay, whatever, 5 meters. And of course, this mountain ridge is several kilometers away. So 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, I don't know. And so that's where a mobile phone totally fails. If you have to cover a huge range from going where you stand towards where the last tip is, this will always look flat. This will
and
never
you're losing the
ever,
depth of field here. It's
yes. And
look
even the worst
great.
SLR that you can buy, even the worst SLR that you can buy, gives you a much, much better depth of field than, of course, the mobile phone. Somehow, somewhere, we have to make uh, cuts and we have to neglect some things. Nevertheless, if you concentrate on parts that are far away, as the sky and the clouds are, so if you're far away, but your depth of field is still close, then you get a sharp and very nice image. I like this is one of my best sky shots, my best
Yeah.
cloud shots, and this is done by even the old mobile phone. If you can see it here on the right, in the upper hand right, and I have something in between. So from where I stand here towards the tree line, this is maybe let's say 40, 50 meters. And this is still okayish, but you still start to see that it's becoming flat. So
Yeah.
even here, a bad SLR, a bad system camera would have been better than my mobile phone. But at that time, it was the only one that was available to me. So I take what I get as a lifestyle photographer. And so if you even if it does not matter if it's close or if it's far, as long as your depth of field in general has to be small, going like this, then it's okay. But if you have to cover a huge range, then your mobile camera will definitely always fail. You will never get the good. Even the cheapest SLR will do a better job than your mobile phone.
Yeah, and
And
in this picture, especially where you reach the point when it's coming out from the shadow into the light, you can see that the depth of field
yes,
is
yes, that's what
missing.
that's the same
Yeah,
thing that I think because it really
yeah,
works nicely till here and a little bit
yeah.
towards this I don't know how that's called in English. So the Schilf in German is it called?
I think it's read maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that
Um,
might be yes.
yeah.
And it works up to here, and then it does not get blurry, but
Mm.
it becomes flat. There
Right, it
is
looks
no
completely flat. It looks like a
yeah.
poster.
Yeah,
You don't have
it's not
this
structured
three-dimensional
anymore. Yeah.
structure here. Yeah.
And so never do this. It's wasted. It does not work.
Well,
You can do this, but don't do this. And that's what I wanted to bring you today. I hope you got something out of it. Do you have any
yeah.
questions or any further questions?
So, not from my side, Martin. I have to say thank you also for giving me this lesson. Super interesting.
Yeah, and I hope our
And
viewers get something out of
yeah,
it. And if
and
not,
that's
leave us a
what I just
comment
wanted
in
to
the
say.
section.
If our viewers want to add something or have similar experiences or maybe different ones with their mobile, please do not hesitate. Send us a comment, drop us a line. Feel free to go into discussion with us. And yeah, then thank you so much for watching this episode of the Second Look, guys. We're really counting on your support. And if you enjoyed what you have seen, don't forget to like or subscribe, hit the bell button so you will never miss a new video. Uh, got thoughts, feedback, or a story to share, as already said, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't yet come, then join us on Facebook as well, because we are currently building a space for hobby photographers to connect, to share our work together and dive deeper into the lifestyle photography. Yeah. And before you go check out the end screen, please, we've linked another video we think you will enjoy as well. And then, okay, until next time, stay curious.
See ya.
Don't forget to take the second look, and see you soon, guys. Thank you for watching us.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.